Hello, it's Catherine Maley, author of Your Aesthetic Practice, and we're going to talk about the complete cosmetic patient flow plan. Now, if you're wondering how to attract new cosmetic patients to your practice and nothing you're doing is working like you want it to, this report or this presentation is going to give you clarity about what's going on and how you can adapt to win. So, let me ask you this. Have you been baffled by cosmetic patient advertising and how to do it right to attract patients to your practice? Perhaps you've got the practice, you've got the team and the skills, but maybe not the new patient leads you need. Or maybe you're facing other problems like stiff competition, falling conversion rates, or prospective new cosmetic patients aren't finding you organically. If you partner with our popular done-for-you service though, then we can get your phones ringing with patient leads wanting your cosmetic services. And isn't that what you ultimately want? More leads, more inquiries, more conversions, more money, and more growth? Here's the thing. With so much choice empowering consumers to make decisions, prospective cosmetic patients are gaining complete control over the decision-making process. Now, especially in the plastic surgery market. So what do I mean by that? Well, patients are comparison shopping like never before. They're taking a lot of time to research and evaluate their options. In fact, the majority of the whole patient journey, about 75%, is completed by the time a potential patient engages with you. That means attracting new cosmetic patients online has become a big, expensive challenge for surgeons like yourself. And that's why I prepared this special presentation for you. Because I want to show you how to transform your patient lead generation plan from a lack of leads with poor conversion rates to a constant stream of new patients hungry for your services. In fact, these are the ideal types of leads since they're typically ready to convert to paid procedures right now. And the best part? You can get all these benefits on autopilot with no need to hire more staff. Now this gives you an opportunity to dominate your market because you'll be firing on all cylinders while your competitors continue their narrow focus down the wrong road. And I'll explain all that in more detail in a minute. So here's what you will discover when you work with me and my team. A done-for-you system for creating a powerful plan to predictably keep a steady stream of cash-paying patient leads coming to you. You'll also learn how to professionally convert callers to book appointments and convert consultations to paid procedures. And identify the practice gaps that most hurt your bottom line and how to turn them into money-making profit centers. Now I'm actually going to show you a simple way to get a 786% to a 5,200% proven ROI with our efforts without wasting time redesigning your website again, spending more on organic search to get ranked, or hiring more staff. Now as a matter of fact, here is a sample of a monthly progress report we prepare for our clients so they can see at a glance the exact results they get from our efforts, including names. Now, for example, this is an actual monthly progress report of the results from our various efforts. Now, we had to blur out names for privacy, but you can see we had to do a bunch of things to get this practice an extra $105,400 in estimated revenues that month. Because if you're anything like other plastic surgeons I work with, you too are tired of figuring out what to do to bring in more cosmetic patients. And you're likely frustrated losing money on tactics that are old or they simply don't work anymore. And then you're probably sick of the revenue roller coaster. Now this special presentation I prepared for you shows you a better way. When a plastic surgery practice is looking to grow and succeed, it's important they create a powerful, robust, and proven marketing plan. Now, if you don't have that plan, then you're in trouble. If you do, however, then you're in good hands. Now, just imagine the peace of mind you'll have once you're able to identify the new patient lead strategies as well as practice gaps, keeping you from more patients, more procedures, and more revenues. By the way, I'm going to lay out exactly what you need to do to plug up the holes costing you time and money so you can do it yourself. Or if you decide to get the help and support you need, I'd be happy to do it for you. Now at the end of this presentation though, I will make you a super special offer to partner with me, and I'll offer you my full range of services so you can make an informed decision to grow your practice the right way, either on your own or with me. And just in case you're not familiar with my work, I'm Catherine Maley, I've got an MBA, and I'm also an author, a speaker, podcaster, a consultant, and a trainer for the plastic surgery industry, and I have been since year 2000. Now, I've been interviewed by the NBC, the Today Show, and the Wall Street Journal, and my patient attraction and conversion strategies, as well as done-for-you services, have made more than $18 million in revenues for my plastic surgery clients all over the world by fixing their lead generation system and plugging up the holes we're talking about here. Now, on a personal note, I am based out of Sausalito, California. Now, it's a small sailboat community right over the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Now, the views are spectacular, and I highly recommend you take a helicopter tour to check out the crazy expensive real estate. So let's start with the practice gaps most affecting your bottom line, and then we'll talk about the quickest fixes to turn things around. So I'll jump right in with practice gap number 1. You need more patient leads. Now, this is the #1 priority in any cosmetic practice. New leads are the lifeblood of your practice. Now, if you want more cash-paying patients and surgeries, you need more leads. But where do these leads come from, and how do you get a predictable and steady flow of them? Now, you already know you have to pay to play in today's marketplace. Well, why is that? Because free organic search engine optimization, otherwise known as SEO, is no longer the go-to search ranking strategy. And gone are the days of you being found by accident or just because you've updated your website. Now, the secret to attracting new cosmetic patients is to go where others are not yet. Here's what I mean. TV, print, and radio ads have been replaced by social media ads because that's where all the eyes went. Social media advertising is now the single biggest opportunity in the history of advertising because for a fraction of the cost, you can target who sees your ad. That's powerful. But that also means the ad design and copy are crucial to get a click. It's got to be eye-catching, engaging, and it must offer the consumer cosmetic patient something of value so they actually respond. Because the only thing that counts at this stage is to encourage a prospective cosmetic patient to take the next step, and that is to click on your ad. Otherwise, you're spending money on leads that aren't making you money, right? But here's the kicker. Leads are only one part of it. These leads need to be converted, so let's keep going. Practice gap number 2, weak follow-up on incoming leads. Most plastic surgeons suffer lost profits here every day, every month, and every year from this silent money waster. I think you'll be surprised at the stats when it comes to staff following up on leads you spent a fortune to get in the first place. 48% of leads are never followed up on. That's crazy. Average first follow-up is 72 hours later. Only 25% of practices make 2 contact attempts. And 64% of practices do not have an organized way to follow up on a lead. But it's not your staff's fault. They have not been trained on how to do it professionally. How crazy is it to spend a fortune on lead generation but not spend any or enough time and effort converting them? How frustrating is it to throw money at new patient leads that should be building your practice, but instead it's money down the drain because they don't convert? Your staff will now have access to a simple sales lead platform, scripts, and processes to follow up on patient leads that increase your conversions by at least 15%. Now, that will be a game changer for you and a way to dominate your market when you follow up faster and better than your competition. But there's more. Here's the next practice gap. Practice gap number 3, staff can't convert callers or consults. Every practice's success is limited by their staff's ability to convert callers to appointments and then appointments to paid procedures. It's way too competitive to be mediocre at this stage of the lead process. Take the phone leads. Almost every office is challenged by this. Phone trees, answering machines, indifferent or unfriendly staff, or new untrained staff, and it goes on and on. Phones are taken way too lightly because it's not enough to have a friendly staff person answering the phones. They have to be skilled, otherwise you lose money. Now look what happens when and this is not if, when you lose 1 caller per day and they're worth only $2,000. That adds up fast. If you lose 1 caller per day that's only worth $2,000, times that by 22 days per month, times that by 12 months per year, do you realize that's $500,000 of lost profits every year? Now, an easy fix is to give your receptionist the scripts and the training they need to keep you busy with booked appointments. It's time and money well spent. And what's your coordinator's converting rate? The prospective patient who calls you, schedules an appointment, and shows up is a hot prospect. They have already decided to move forward to find a solution to something that bothers them, or they wouldn't be going to all this trouble. So your patient coordinator needs to be a well-trained professional with proven scripts, strategies, and tools to get the patients to a yes. For example, does your coordinator know how to position you, the surgeon, as the best choice? Do they know how to qualify the patient to prepare them for the quote presentation? Can they present with confidence to get the patient excited about moving forward? Move them closer to choosing your services, and then do they ultimately know how to ask for a decision? Most coordinators don't ask because they've not been trained to do so comfortably and professionally. Now, I will give and equip your receptionist and patient coordinator with all the tools they need to get really good at converting calls and consultations. Because nothing else matters until the patients say yes and give you money. Now, until a transaction is made, a lead is just a lead. We need your staff to move them along the buyer journey and convert them. Your receptionist and coordinator will now be equipped with all the tools they need to get really good at converting callers and consultations. They will have 24/7 access to the Converting Club for receptionists and coordinators to increase their conversions by at least 15%. Now, here's what's included. 22 training videos on key strategies by me, quizzes to ensure the information is retained, actual scripts and processes to follow, and then weekly behavior metrics to hold your staff accountable, as well as coaching calls to keep and motivate them and keep them engaged. Now, there's one more deadly practice gap that's costing you patience and procedures, and that is practice gap number 4. You ignore patients who would return and refer. Your number one practice asset is your list of patients who know you, like you, and trust you. Now, many of these patients would gladly return and refer if given the opportunity. They're not as price sensitive, and they're way more likely to say yes to you than any internet stranger patient. And we all know a majority of your new patients come from current patients. So this is the new mindset you need to adopt to survive in today's crazy competitive world. Retention is the new patient attraction strategy. Because when you take your patients for granted and or ignore them, you open the door for your competitors to steal them away from you. Please remember, cosmetic patients have endless needs, especially as the relentless aging process continues. Your cosmetic patients need your services now, and a month from now, and a year from now, and so on. So when you partner with us, we go into stealth mode to nurture your current patients so they return and refer their friends and family. So how do we do it? With database marketing strategies using segmented messages, themed emails, and customized social media banners. That way, we're connecting with your patients no matter where they are online. So let me ask you this. Do you believe you too would get at least 5 to 25 more procedures per month from this plan focused on new patient attraction, conversion, follow-up, and retention? Obviously, it's worth it. So if you don't want to do it, outsource it, because somebody should be doing this type of high-end strategic promotion to grow your cosmetic revenues and to keep a steady stream of cash-paying patients coming to you. Okay, I covered a lot here. So to recap, here are the practice gaps affecting your bottom line the most. You need more cosmetic patients, leads, because prospective patients can no longer easily find you organically. You've probably got weak follow-up on your incoming leads. Your staff can't convert new callers or consults, and you're ignoring your patients. So here's a question for you. What if you could easily turn on a new patient lead generator and plug up the practice gaps that are costing you time, money, and effort, and have it handled for you so you didn't have to hassle with it? Would that give you back control over your day? Would you enjoy the freedom from managing staff and processes since you know that someone else is focused on growing your practice for you? Would you like some help with that? What if we did it for you? And here's what I mean. We design, write copy, and run display ad campaigns on your social platform. We use your patient list to enlist new patients. We provide your staff with a follow-up platform, including scripts, strategies, and protocol to get a conversion. We train your staff to be converting rock stars. We listen to calls that we're responsible for to accurately track results. And we nurture your current patients with emails and social media that get your patients returning and referring. We also track and report to you all results we get. Now, you and your staff are freed up to focus on your core competency, and that is to focus on patient care. And that's what leads to happy staff, satisfied patients who return and refer, 5-star reviews to attract more new patients, new cosmetic patients who convert. So when you outsource patient lead generation, follow-up, conversion, and retention, as well as staff training, you now have a well-oiled machine working for you. And what comes with that? A whole lot of certainty. Certainty in knowing the key metrics in your practice are being handled by smart professionals. That gives you control over your day so you're more profitable and productive. And you have peace of mind knowing you got back time and you're going to achieve better results. This is how you strategically compete and gain market share. So if this all-in-one solution makes sense to you, let me and my team execute it for you and hand you the leads when they're ready to book an appointment. So the complete cosmetic patient flow plan consists of several platforms and a dashboard that gives you the certainty you need, knowing you have a plan to predictably and reliably keep new cosmetic patient leads coming in month after month. It provides an automatic system that allows you and your team to focus on patient care while my team and I focus on getting you more leads and more patients. And it includes a proprietary formula of more patient leads, plus nurture, plus follow-up, plus conversion, plus retention, plus staff training. And all of that equals a healthier cosmetic practice. So this is what keeps a steady stream of leads and revenues coming to you consistently for your peace of mind, knowing you have a marketing machine working in the background. When you say yes, all we need from you to get started is for you to decide on a procedure you want to focus on and the ad spend investment, and you would want to give at least a minimum of $2,000 per month, but of course the more the better. And then we do the rest by going into stealth mode, designing your unique ads, emails, posts, and customizing your patient lead and follow-up platform. So we can track all your results and we can do everything possible to turn that lead into a fully booked consultation for you without wasting you and your staff's time. Now, I can't tell you all that goes into our secret sauce because then others would try to copy us and you would lose your competitive edge. Instead, I'll give you my guarantee to do everything I laid out here in this report to transform your practice. And if you're not satisfied with your results within the first 60 days, you can cancel at any time because there are no long-term contracts to sign. I want you happy and busy, period. And to sweeten the deal so you don't delay, if you partner with us now, here's what you'll receive. Bonus number 1, you're going to save $1,000 on the customization fees. Since you read or listened to me this whole time until the end, I want to reward you for partnering with me, so I've reduced the customization and implementation fee from $19.97 to only $9.97. And just so you know, a ton of work goes into the back end of this system to set up not only the lead generation, but also the follow-up process of email, text, phone calls, reporting, and more. So we track important metrics so that you know your investment is worth it. Now here's bonus 2. You get free consulting with me. I truly want to see you succeed, so I will personally be available to you for catch-up calls so we can discuss whatever's on your mind. Perhaps it's staff issues, maybe competitor problems, should you buy new technology, or whatever else is bothering you. Now, I've consulted with hundreds of practices, and I am a wealth of information and resources that you now have access to using my unlimited personal cell and email. Now, here's bonus number 3. This is new and exciting. It's the free, you're going to get this for free, KISS Rewards Loyalty Program. There is one more practice gap you most likely have in your practice, and that is the lack of a loyalty system for patient retention. As they say in marketing, it's 16 times more expensive to find a new patient than it is to keep a current patient. So you need to put golden handcuffs on your patients so they stay loyal to you, return more often, refer their friends, give you great reviews, have surgery with you, and approve the use of their before and after photos. it costs too much to attract these patients to just lose them to your competitor who's going to steal them away from you. So a cosmetic patient retention system is necessary, and we have the perfect solution for you. For a very limited time, this is free when you become my client and let me do the work for you. So you get the Kiss Rewards loyalty program. It's valued at over $8,000 for free as long as you are our client. So here's the thing. Consumers love and will pay more to use a service business, kind of like hotels or restaurants or airlines, because of the points and the perks they get for their loyalty, right? Well, doesn't it make sense to use a loyalty program in our industry to reward your loyal patients? Of course it does. It builds repeat business, which in turn leads to growth through repeat visits and more referrals, and that grows your patient database organically as well as your bottom line. But the problem with most loyalty programs is they're too darn complicated. Kiss Rewards program is as straightforward as you can get. It's easy for the staff to record, and it's fun for the patients to collect points towards free services. The platform is customized for you and set up with your specifics, and all of it is tracked on a cloud-based platform with easy reporting and reminders to keep your patients engaged. How easy is that? So the bottom line is always, will you make money and grow your practice working with me? Here's the answer. When you improve your processes by, let's say, just 10% in each of these areas that is currently losing you money, you give yourself a raise. Actually, you give yourself a very big raise. Now, here's what I mean. When you increase a few key metrics like more leads, more booked appointments, more booked consults, more follow-up to book even more consults, and more loyal patients, as this chart shows, that is a $900,000 raise because we closed up the gaps that are siphoning revenues from your pocket. It's the compounding effect in action. So when you increase the number of leads you're getting and you improve your phones and converting and following up skills, and you add a loyalty program your staff and patients love, it's not just 10% increase. Because of the compounding effect, it's 10% times 10% times 10% times 10%, and that gives you a 39% increase. Here's another case study where we do many different patient attraction promotions, and this practice gains an extra $67,000 in estimated revenues, and we did all the work for him that month. So how much is this? I know you're dying to ask. Well, you've got two options. Let's start with how much it would cost you to do it yourself the right way, as I laid out here. Now, for the do-it-yourself option, if you do it, you're going to need to pay a couple people here. You need to pay staff to write copy and design banner ads that get clicked on. Then you need staff to set up ad campaigns and upload them to various sites. So they need to be pretty tech savvy to get ads approved and set up, and ad sets and campaigns need to be set up. And then your staff has to design strategic themed emails that get clicked on, and they go to a call to action customized landing page. You also need to pay vendors to record and monitor your calls and track your results. Then you need staff to follow up on leads via phone calls, emails, and texts. So staff would have to write email copy and design professional follow-up emails and send out all this stuff so they can track the results. And you would need to come up with a loyalty program that actually works. Now that would include a computer programmer and many, many thousands of dollars. Now all of this work would take at least 2 to 3 staff members and several outside vendors, and it can easily add up to $100,000 in fees and salaries and benefits and sick days, and you get to manage these vendors and the staff members to be sure the job is getting done. Yikes. One little, and by little I mean really big problem, most surgeons don't want to manage more staff, nor do they want to spend more than they have to. As for the second option, you could partner with me and my team and we'll do it all for you. For this second option, we normally charge $59.97 per month for all of these services, charged separately because so much labor, creativity, and technologies go into it. However, because you've watched this video to this point, I'm offering you a very special combination fee of only $39.97 per month plus your ad spend budget, so you're going to save $24,000 per year. This is a much better deal than the first option, wouldn't you say? So for the price of a few wrinkle filler patients, you can have the complete cosmetic patient flow plan, bringing you patient leads predictably week after week. However, we can only work with one surgeon per area because our patient attraction lead system gives you the competitive edge over your competitors, it would be a conflict for us to help you get leads as well as the other guys in your community. So you'll want to act now to get the unfair advantage over your competitors. Simply go to www.prospect2patient.com and let's see if your area is still available. And I want to mention, for those who this is not good for, so I don't want to waste your time or mine, this is not for you if you don't have a patient database of at least 2,000 patients. This is not for you if you're not willing to invest in advertising. And this is not for you if your staff is not open to growing and helping you succeed. And then there's one more good news thing. You simply make an initial small non-refundable investment in the reduced implementation fee for only $9.97, and then you're not charged again until your first ads start running and your themed email goes out to get your phones ringing to convert more incoming leads. So you're never out of pocket because you will make that money back in new revenues gained before your credit card payment is due. So let's get started right away. Go to prospect2patient.com and let's see if your area is still available. It's time to make a plan. It's time to stop the bleeding of lost profits from these practice gaps. The most successful plastic surgeons leverage their time, money, and resources by doing what is proven to work and getting it done in the least amount of time with the least amount of staff and the least amount of hassle. Because if you decide not to move forward with the complete cosmetic patient flow plan done for you, like I laid out here, what's going to happen to your growth this year? You will likely continue to experience losing money on wasted lead generation that doesn't get clicked on. You keep losing leads to your competitors. You're wondering if your leads are being followed up on. You're listening to your staff complain they don't have time, and not knowing your true ROI from your advertising costs. Let's plug up the practice gaps by getting you more patient leads, giving you the tools to professionally follow up on your incoming leads and converting those leads so you and your staff focus on excellent patient care. Because here's what we both know. Attracting and converting new patients to your practice has become a huge undertaking. Lead conversion continues to decrease because it's gotten so noisy in the marketplace, which makes following up on those incoming leads crucial to your success. And using your limited resources to focus on patient care while outsourcing the rest is beyond important. Go now to www.prospect2patient.com to see if your area is still available. Because at the end of the day, this is not just another business expense. This is different. This is actually an investment in growing your cosmetic practice strategically with a strategic plan to attract new cosmetic patients, convert them, follow up with them, and retain them, all while training your staff to professionally represent you. Now, with that said, thank you so much for your trust in me. When we partner, I'll do everything I can to get you more patients and more profits, and I'll train your staff to be converting rock stars. Go now to www.prospect2patient, and we'll talk soon.